All right, welcome back to the channel. Oh, there's a lovely electric bike just passed us by. Anyways, guys, yeah, so continuing from the previous segment, I really invest a lot into my rest, you know. So each night I'll get like a 9, 10, 11 hours of bedtime, rest time. You know, of course, if need be, you can plan your route for the next day. So it's just kind of like your downtime. That for me, that's really important. And then I make sure that, yeah, I get at least like 9, 10 hours of sleep, minimum of 8, to then be able to get back on the bike the next day with your muscles, you know, fully recharged and rested, and you know, you're not feeling any pain, any muscle pains. You know, and of course, another question, how about your diet? We've seen you eat not so healthy and drink not so healthy. Well, guys, from being in sports, organized sports in a large proportion of my life, I I learned one thing, that of course, you know, eating the right food. So as you guys have seen, I throughout my ride, I was compensating myself with, of course, our grapes. We always get the grapes, some kind of a fruit with some sugar, water, and of course it's got some, you know, your carbs in there and everything like that. So one of the best ways, what I do is to like compensate for the sort of fast food or the bad food, if you will, is that then throughout the day I don't really eat too much, because I'm cycling the entire day, so I don't want to be too full. But things to maintain your energy levels, of course, is water, and then some kind of a fruit. Being my favorite being grapes, because they're light to carry. You can kind of pinch off one nibble at a time, and everything like that. You don't have to cut them, you know, pre-cut them, pre-store them in, you know, Tupperware or anything like that. All you do is like what I do is hang a little bag off the handlebars, and you're good to go. You know, so that's one thing that I do, of course, is regeneration. And then, of course, too, guys, you know, not many people believe in it, but beer is one of the best ways to recuperate your muscles. Of course, you know, it has the carbohydrates, so it's not good. It has a lot of sugar, probably sugars that have been produced and reproduced and trans-sugared, whatever you want to call it, guys. Yes, it's, in a way, it's not a good thing. You don't want to have too many. But after a ride like that, you are compensating with water throughout the ride. But after the ride is over, I feel that my body still needs, you know, a very large amount of sort of liquids. And of course the beer will also guarantee that, you know, you have like 2 or 3 big ones, will guarantee you're gonna go to bed like really nicely, really really quickly too. If, you know, sometimes your body could be, or your mind could be racing, and if it's hard for you to fall asleep, well, certainly having 2 or 3, you know, pints will certainly put you out in a nice dream state. And then, of course, yeah, the liquid part of it, you know, there's a lot of liquids you're putting back into your body, the carbs, and for some reason the whether it be the wheat or the soy or whatever the other ingredients they use in beer, I can't think of them right now because everybody's looking at me talking to my camera. Everyone's staring. So basically, like all the not soybeans, but you guys know what I'm, the main ingredient in beer, hops. There you go, like hops. All this stuff has this vegetarian base. So having a few of those, I know it's not the best for your belly and your health, I guess, but having 2 or 3 or however many you need. I mean, also it's a very good way to combine those 3 things, like for example liquids, sugar, all, because it's actually, I've been to places like Phoenix, Arizona, where water was more expensive than beer. Remember we were doing the Phoenix challenge, guys, and in most gas stations that I walked into, it was like $2.50. It was like $3.50, yeah, for like a liter of water. And I remember I saw, like, for like $2.79 you can get like a 1.5 liter, like a 40 ounce Stella, or not a Stella, but like a Modelo. And then there were like some Bud Lights and Busch beers that you could get for like well under $3 and you get a like a liter and a half of it, so in actuality beer is less expensive than water, plus you got the free sugar in there. So imagine if you bought like 3 sugary drinks, yeah, each sugary drink is like what, $2.79 for a Coca-Cola, for a Pepsi. So to get the sugar in the water in you, and to get the equivalent amount, you have to spend triple that. So for a liter and a half, you got to spend like $7, so it's one way I've always enjoyed replenishing my body after a really long ride with 2, 3, 4 pints or half liters or whatever you call it, the big beers. So yeah, so people like asking about that, how I maintain my diet and all that stuff. And yeah, I just kind of like will sometimes eat a little too much in the evening, so so then it kind of like makes it a little harder to fall asleep. But usually when we get to our hotels, we usually go take a walk somewhere, so that kind of helps with digestion too. Sometimes like I'll eat and then I'll just take a short walk around the hotel, just to help with the digestion. So yeah, guys, anything else you've been asking me? If I forgot anything, omitted anything, please write in, ask more questions. What else? And yeah, so guys, in the next couple of episodes, I'm gonna talk about what we're gonna do in the future. So coming up trips, what kind of stuff I'm planning to do, whether it's gonna be good or bad or the ugly. You let me know, okay? So let me go into my favorite shopping center here for some grocery shopping. I'll see you in a bit. Hasta la ciao ciao. Bye for now.